Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a weekly reading for the Divine Masculine for the 14th of January to the 21st of January. I did just want to say that there was a Cancer lunar eclipse last Friday, I think it was, the 10th. And I'm so sorry that I did not do a video on it. I totally didn't even know that it was about to be one until people started asking me if I was doing anything special for it. But I was prepping for it on my own. I've been being there for a lot of my friends, a lot of my family. So I've just been very kind of overwhelmed with just being present in my relationships right now. So yeah. So I apologize that I wasn't able to help give guidance for it. But I hope you guys did have a decent lunar eclipse in Cancer. I know I got hit with some emotions and just a lot of realization. So it was very healing for me. It didn't really take me out at all, I wouldn't say, but it was a lot of clarity for me. So I enjoyed it. So I hope you guys had a great Cancer lunar eclipse last Friday. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get into you guys' reading. So you guys' lesson this week is 5 of Wands. And don't mind my nails coming off. They're about to all come off. So I'm about to be nubby because my nails need to get healthier. So yeah. So the 5 of Wands. Conflict. You guys are going through a lot of inner conflict. A lot. You guys are conflicted with your emotions, you're conflicted with your passions, you're conflicted with your life journey, your life purpose. Like, what am I supposed to be doing here? What is my purpose? You know, is this the right career for me? Is this the right city for me to live in? Is this the right person to be with? Is this the right, dream that I'm chasing? Is this the right path that I'm on? You know, a lot of these questions are coming up for the Divine Masculine, and you will definitely see why later on, because I don't really want to give it away yet. Because yeah, it'll come up. But it's a good thing. All good things. So the 5 of Wands, just a lot of conflict, inner conflict. So the obstacles with this lesson, we have the Page of Cups. So you're being offered something, you're being offered chance at a new life, because right next to it, we have the Sun card. This is our inner child. You're being offered the chance to rebirth yourself. And it's conflicting because it's conflicting with who you thought you were, who you've known yourself to be, who society told you to be. It's very conflicting because it doesn't fit you anymore. It's kind of like, I saw in a meditation not too long ago, the whole entire process of a butterfly. Normally I'll see only the butterfly, but I literally saw the process of the caterpillar going to the cocoon to the butterfly. So that is what is going on with you guys. You know, does the caterpillar anticipate when he's about to go into his cocoon? He transforms into something completely new and different than what his first form was. You know, that being in that position is scary and conflicting because you're trying to cling on to being the caterpillar because you're scared that you don't know what the fuck is going to happen next after you go into this cocoon phase. You're like, oh my gosh, am I still going to be a caterpillar? Am I still going to be myself? Or am I going to be something completely new? This also reminds me of that episode of Pokemon. Yes, I am a nerd. But it was like the episode where Pikachu met Raichu and they were dealing with the argument of if Pikachu wanted to evolve or not into a Raichu. And that was like, conflicting because yes, they want Pikachu to be the best version of himself, but at the same time, Pikachu still wanted to be Pikachu because that's their connection and that's beautiful, and of course, for argument's sake, like that's a show, so that's not really real life. But Pikachu clung to who he was because he was comfortable being who he is. Totally cool. Not knocking on Pikachu because I love him, but at the end of the day, Raichu would have been the best, highest, most evolved form of Pikachu had he chosen that path. So this is a choice. You can choose to stay as the caterpillar, or the universe will force you into the cocoon and force you to become the butterfly. You can only resist it for so long. And that is what this conflicting energy is with you guys' week ahead, because remember, the 5 of Wands is conflict. And I was even just talking about on my Twitter today, so go follow me at Cheyenne_Renee, and I posted it on Instagram also at Cheyenne_Renee. But I was talking about, I was being called to like listen to Jim Carrey for whatever reason today. I don't watch any of his videos. Like, I've probably watched a, you know, interview here or there when he's, you know, became like more woke or whatever. But he said something crazy to me. He was like, you know, the difference between sadness and depression is sadness is when you like don't get what you want. You know, you're hurt because you either got something, like you didn't get what you wanted, or something happened. But depression is our body saying, fuck you, I don't want to cling on to this facade of who you're telling me to be now. This isn't me anymore. So we get depressed when it's like our body is conflicting internally because we don't want to be this mask that we put on for people. We don't want to keep playing this character that we've created in our lives or that people projected onto us. You know, I often say with the Divine Masculine, you guys are told to be strong. You guys are told to be a warrior. You know, you can be all of those things, yes. But at the end of the day, you can still be sensitive. You can still be in tune with your intuition. You can still be empathetic and compassionate. You know, you don't have to cling to that mask that society tells you this is what a man looks like, is my point. And then Jim Carrey had also said that depression you can think of as a deep rest, which is true, because a deep rest is your body needs rest. Hence the cocoon phase with the caterpillar. You can look at that as a rest stage or a hangman period, because it's a standstill moment, because you're needing that time of rest to become enlightened. You're needing that time of rest to awaken into who you are and who you truly are meant to be. But on my Twitter, I was saying that, you know, I was very depressed last year, and I was going to bed every single day playing Moana. Like, I would always fall asleep to Moana after work. And I would wake up, like twice a night this happened, 2 nights in a row. And I woke up to Moana meeting Taka, like when she like touches her face and she's like, I know who you are. And one day I woke up to that and I just watched it and cried. Because I was like, I know who I am. Like, that was a question when I was depressed that I kept asking myself, who am I? Who am I? Who the fuck am I? And I've always known who I am. I just had to remember who I am. I had to remember to the core root of who I am. Fuck everybody else's projection of who I am. Fuck whoever anybody thinks that Cheyenne is, Cheyenne Renee, Anna, whatever name you know me by. Fuck whoever that person is to you, because I am me. And that's really what the whole point in that depressed state was like revealing to me, was I know who I am. I'm not defined by any name that anybody knows me by, any character that anybody has created of me inside their minds. I am me. If I don't fit that character that you think I am, so be it, because that's not me anyways. So I literally had to learn how to tear off all these masks, all these facades, and become vulnerable with myself and become vulnerable with you guys. You know, the video of me talking about my dad was probably the most vulnerable I've been on this channel, and that was probably the hardest video for me to do. And there was honestly a lot more to that video, but I had to cut it short because at the time they were only allowing me to do 15 minutes on YouTube videos on YouTube. So literally I had to go through that deep depressed state, that deep rest, to let those facades fall away and then awaken and be reborn by the sun. Be reborn and awaken to who I am. Be reborn and awaken to my life purpose. And that's what the Divine Masculine is going through right now. You are literally going through your caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly state. And I'm here to share my story because it's out, like, it's meant for somebody. Yeah, like, we can't cling on to what people tell us to be. We can't cling on to society's idea of who we are. We have to be ourselves. And being ourselves, we have to take ourselves backwards in time to think about who we were as a kid. Who were you before somebody said, you know, don't act like that. Don't do that. Don't say that kind of thing. Who were you before people started programming your mind of what's right and what's wrong? You know, to your soul core who you are, and you know your core values of what's right and what's wrong. So there's just a lot of inner conflict going on for the divine masculine this week, and it is hard to go through, and I'm speaking obviously from personal experience, but you are being offered such a beautiful gift. Like this Page of Cups, it's an offer, because the cup, like if you were to look at a cup and you seen a fish, you'd be like, what the fuck is in my cup? But the fish is life. The fish is literally life. It is good luck. So if you think about, there's an old like dream state saying or whatever, that it's like, if you dream a fish, somebody's pregnant. This is you being reborn. The sun is the child. You are being called back to the womb space right now. You're being called back to your roots, your internal womb. You're being called back into this space to be in your own waters, to be in your own emotions, to figure out who you are when you rebirth yourself. This is literally that process. So these are the obstacles with this lesson this week, is you clinging on to what you know is truth, but in reality, that is probably not the truth. And the sun is also illumination, and it illuminates what our truth is. It illuminates who we really are. It shines light on the things that we've kept hidden from the society, from ourselves, from the world, from our family and friends. It shines light on all of the darkness. So when you're in this womb space, in this cocoon space, in this deep rest space, you are being reborn. You're undergoing such a process, because think about children in the womb. They're literally building their organs. They're building like everything. So just think about your process like that. It's uncomfortable. It's growing pains. This is what this week is growing pains. I'm sure the cocoon is fucking up the caterpillar because he's morphing into something completely beautiful. And then think of a butterfly. They're rising to a higher elevated level. Cocoons are on the trees and the ground, you know? And then a butterfly is around to fly and see life from a higher elevated perspective. And that's what's going to happen after this process and after this transition. You just have to trust the process. It is not an overnight done deal. It takes 9 months to create a child. Why would you think it's going to take a fucking night to create whoever you truly are? So be gentle with yourself this week. Be gentle with yourself however long this transition lasts for you. Mine lasted a pretty long fucking time. Let me tell you. I don't think I came out of my true depressed state until like maybe like July. Even then, it was still like that cocoon phase, because I was still working on myself. So, I mean, I was happy in the midst of it and kind of getting my footing again, but it was still a long process, and just truly knowing who I am. So I honestly wouldn't even say like I was like confident and knew who the fuck I was 100% until like October. Like dead ass. Let's just keep it 100, because there was other, you know, trials and tribulations I was undergoing while really reclaiming my power back. That's another message they want to reiterate. The sun is also our solar plexus. This is our power. So when we're dealing with this process, we can be dealing with a lot of past pains, traumas, things like that, that are here to kind of remind us of, no, that's not really who I am. That's not who I was. Like, that brought out a really ugly side of me, and that's not who I am. So when we're dealing with that, we have to forgive ourselves. So to call your power back, I want you to put your hand on your solar plexus, which is right above your belly button. And you can put a hand on your heart or whatever you feel more comfortable with. And then obviously repeat the statement I'm about to say, but I unconditionally love and forgive myself for all things known and unknown that have transpired that do not align with my highest and best good. I unconditionally send love and forgiveness to all the people that have hurt me or taken away my power, none known or unknown. I call back all of my power from all timelines and dimensions, all people, places, or things, for the highest and best good of all involved, with unconditional love and forgiveness right now. So as I was closing my eyes, I also saw a sword. So some of you guys might need to do some cord cutting. Okay, I was looking at the cards to see if there was a sword out, and there is. So you guys might want to do like a cord cutting bath. For cord cutting baths, I always do like 3 lemons, and I'll do a cap full of Florida water. So this is a free ritual that I'm giving you guys right here. A free bath ritual. So a cup of Florida water. If you don't have Florida water, you can use like a cup of apple cider vinegar or white vinegar. Yeah, any of those will honestly work. I just prefer Florida water. But yeah, white vinegar will definitely do the trick. Any of those. But I always do a cap full of Florida water, but for the other 2, I would probably use a little bit more. And I guess just kind of trust your intuition. Like, you can use a capful, or if you feel like you really need a strong ass cord cutting bath, then use like a couple caps full, like 3 maybe at the max. And then use like Dead Sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, or table salt if that's all you have available to you. I'm all about practicality with magic and using what you have. And just put your intention, like speak over the bathtub, speak over the water, stating, I cut all cords from all timelines and dimensions with unconditional love and forgiveness to those people. And I call all of my energy back. Because when we're speaking to the water, we're setting our intentions in the water, and the water is a spirit itself. So you can't just put these ingredients in the tub and be, bam, do your shit. Like, no, we need to set our intentions with the water. We need to set our intentions with the ingredients. You can also call on Archangel Michael if you need help cutting these cords. So cutting cords to people, places, or things. This can be exes. This can be ex relationships, ex friendships that, just don't serve or align with your highest and best good at this time. So just putting your intention into every ingredient, bathing for 15 minutes, and then, don't towel dry off, air dry off. And then just chill in some loose baggy clothes afterwards, and just relax, journal if you feel called to, meditate if you feel called to, whatever else you feel drawn to. Also call on your higher self, your ancestors, all of that jazz as well, to sit there and help you cut and clear these cords. And that should do the trick. Yeah, I know I'm fucking channeling because I never give rituals or recipes on here. So I know Spirit's like coming through because you guys need this message. And I'm here to deliver it because I am a messenger for Spirit. Dude, and that's only fucking 3 cards I'm talking about. But honestly, everything else is just more confirmation. So how to face these challenges, we have the Hierophant. See? That spiritual awakening, that transition, that routine. And then we have Queen of Pentacles. Also, the Hierophant is Taurus energy. Springtime, being reborn, being rebirthed. Queen of Pentacles, she's literally immersed in all these flowers. Springtime. So springtime, you guys might be kind of coming out this energy a little bit more gracefully, or there just might be something significant happening to you in your process during springtime. So maybe you get a message that like, this is my life purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. This is, where I'm supposed to move. So some kind of clarity might be coming at that time, some type of illumination, because mind you, we do have the Sun card. So you could be getting some type of illumination on your path, on your journey during Taurus season. But the Hierophant is all about spirituality, our spiritual practices, our routines when it comes to our spirituality. This is talking about looking for a teacher sometimes, but looking for a spiritual teacher, immersing yourself in classes, lessons. So, you know, going to like a reiki store, going to a shaman if you feel called to do that. Also, this can be just your higher self. You know, yes, it's great because we, you know, at some point on our journeys, we want a teacher or we want assistance in our spiritual path, because it can be overwhelming and it can be like you're almost like walking through the dark and you don't know where the fuck you're going. But understand that you can call upon your higher self to guide you. You can ask your higher self to show you the way of enlightenment, show you the way of your life path and purpose. Meditate to connect to your higher self, because your higher self knows every fucking thing about you. It knows everything. It knows where you're meant to go. It knows your destiny. Yes, we have free will. I will say that because my higher self told me the person I was supposed to marry, the person I was supposed to yada, 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 and I chose differently because it was not for my highest and best good anymore. So that is another situation. So if your higher self tells you something and there's part of you that's like, I don't fucking know about that, understand that as humans, we have free will. And also, if you don't feel right about what your higher self may be telling you, it just might not have aligned for you yet. So, you know, for example, your higher self could be like, yeah, you're supposed to move here in 5 years and you're supposed to switch careers to this and da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, I'm in marketing. What do you mean you want me to go fucking be a chef here? You know, like whatever that may look like. But it could be something so far-fetched that you can't even picture it right now. You know, so just be open-minded to receiving that, or be open-minded to receiving nothing. You know, if you haven't meditated, if you don't know how to connect to your higher self, it might be a little bit harder for you. So that's just something you have to work at, building that relationship with your higher self, because that is you. Your higher self is the highest and best version of yourself that you are trying to align with. You are trying to meet her, him, whoever, where you are. You're trying to bring that energy down and manifest it in the third dimension. There's this quote that's like, imagine yourself at your best good or whatever and start showing up as her every day. And you know, this is a quote that bitches wrote, so. But it's literally the same thing. I did a meditation from Cosmic Chaos in 2018 during the Sagittarius new moon, I think. And it was basically me meeting my higher self for the first time. I don't know if you can see it, but that's how that bitch looked. This painting up here. I'm not going to move it because I don't want to mess up the camera. But, and you know, I knew I had to do some things and implement some changes in my life to be like her. I had to change myself physically. I had to start working out again to look like her. Her hair was purple. My hair is motherfucking purple now because my higher self's hair color was purple. And this was back in 2018. So I've been slowly but surely aligning with who she is, what she told me to do. And like I said, you know, she said I was supposed to marry an ex of mine, supposed to have children with him, and that relationship was no longer in the highest and best good for me. So I chose my free will and moved, you know, and I created a whole new pathway for my life. You know, maybe in a whole other timeline or dimension, we're together and all that shit, living happily ever after. But in this lifetime, no, because that's not my purpose. That wasn't, no. So understand that you do have free will when it comes to what your higher self tells you. But to an extent, sometimes it's just we can't imagine it at that time either. You know, she also told me some things career-wise that it's like, I don't really see that yet, but I could see it years from now. But, you know, I'm going to do what I need to do to align with my goals that I know are here right now, present day. And then eventually maybe my life will unravel to get me to where she said. And then the Queen of Pentacles, what did I say about birthing anew? You being reborn. This is literally Mother Earth energy. This is the womb space. This is Mother Earth. Also being grounded at this time is really going to help in this state. Being around grass. If you can go to a park, lay in some grass, hug a tree, sit against a tree if you don't want to look like a weirdo, you know. Connecting to plants. If you buy some plants that can help ground you, getting grounding crystals. Black tourmaline, black obsidian is the crystal that will really help you with shadow work at this time because of this, like how I said, inner conflicting energy. If you sleep with black obsidian under your pillow, it will bring out the facades that you've been wearing. It will bring out the mask that you've been wearing. Just hold the crystal and put that intention. Please show me what needs to be dissolved in my life right now. Please show me the mask that need to fall for me right now. Please show me what I need to work on healing right now. Please show me my shadow self and, you know, what their needs are. You can also meditate with this and ask the same questions if your dream state isn't all that potent, and if your meditations are a little bit more thorough. So yeah, black tourmaline, black obsidian is a really, really good one because it can kind of like sift out what these inner conflicts are. Also carrying with you citrine and sunstone, that will help with your solar plexus, like I said, with the cord cutting situations. So carry those with you as well as the obsidian or black tourmaline. Whew, shit, you guys are getting a message today. I just know that for a fucking fact. Spirit is going in, and they guided me to light a candle, which I never light candles when I'm doing readings, which I probably should, and it's literally the high priestess. So I'm like, yep, Spirit's fucking coming through right now, and I know it because I'm talking a lot, but all of this is valuable information that you guys need to hear. So anything else with that card? No? Okay. So the outcome. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Like, I always cut off the fucking cards by accident. And then we have the Justice. There's that sword. That's they're cutting that bullshit out. Fuck. Okay. Sorry. They're just giving me messages. Clear vessel is what I heard. Clear vessel. They need you to be a clear vessel. So cutting out, like with this sword energy, they're talking about cutting out bullshit. So cutting out if you need to take a break from drinking, if you need to fast. And when I say fasting, you don't necessarily need to go 3 days or a week or a month without eating or drinking anything. You can literally just do a water fast, intermittent fasting. You know, you can do it that way as well, which is more popular. During the eclipse, I was in like kind of, I guess, intermittent fasting. I wouldn't eat until like 3 p.m. So, you know, just drinking water up until that time. So you can do water, you can do tea with honey, you can do fasting with just like juices, like pressed juices. And you can, you know, just fast for like 6 hours a day or 8 hours a day, whatever you feel called to, whatever, you know, works for best for you. But they need you to have a clear vessel when you're going through this process, because when you're eating heavy carbs or heavy foods, it can weigh you down. So we need to be light for this process to help get you there quicker. So they need you to have a clear vessel. And like, I was just looking at this pillar and I was getting vessel as well, clear vessel. So the Three of Pentacles is all about growth. It's about building. It's about community. Right now, your community is your spirit team. Your spirit team is trying to build you up anew. So they need you to have a clear vessel in order to do this. They need you to have a clear vessel, cut out the bullshit, work on balancing your own energy fields, and be in harmony. And that was part of the card of the day today, because I'm recording this on Monday, was balancing out your energy. Balancing out your energy field so that your external world can match your vibration. We have to constantly work on ourselves to have our 3D mirror our internal. So if you're eating bullshit, if you're drinking all the time, if you're smoking all the time, and I'm not knocking anybody because I'd be throwing down when it comes to drinking. And, you know, I've taken a break from smoking for a while, but, you know, I'm not knocking anybody, but I know that Spirit's been calling me to clear out a lot of energy as well. So I've had to kind of chill out on the drinking, cut back a little bit, and doing my fasting as well. Yeah, they need you to have a clear vessel so Spirit can do their work, so your team can do their work. And when I'm talking about team, I'm talking about your spirit family. So this can be your higher self, your inner child, your shadow self. This can be your ancestors. This can be your galactic family if you're a starseed. This can be, you know, your past life versions of yourself. Think about the show Avatar, when he meets all of his other versions of the Avatar. That's him and his spirit team, because he can go to them and ask them for wisdom. you know, the Neteru, your goddesses, gods, and deities, your Orisha, whatever you're practicing, whatever you're drawn to, whatever path you're on, call on them. If you don't know them, just call on, you know, I call on my higher self, my shadow self, and my inner child. I call on my ancestors, my spirit guides, known and unknown, that are here to help me for my highest and best good. Make sure that you say that, because you don't want to call in some fuck-ass ancestors. You don't want to call in some fuck-ass energies that really aren't here to serve you and that are trying to play tricks on you and get you to do shit that, you know, just trying to throw you off course, basically. You know, we need people on our spiritual team that are here to protect us, here to keep us safe. Pray to them before you go to bed. Ask them for protection while you sleep. Ask them for guidance while you sleep. Ask them for protection during the daytime. It's like, you know, and you can just say God if that's what you're comfortable with, you know, praying to God, praying to spirit, praying to the universe, whatever that is. But just make sure that you always include for my highest and best good, because that will cancel and clear out any energies that are not supposed to be traveling along with you. And just kind of reiterate and set that stage for that. Justice is also Libra energy. So, you know, if some of you guys aren't getting what you're looking for by Taurus season, then maybe in Libra season it'll come around. Kind of like I said, those epiphanies, maybe like you'll have an idea about what it is you're supposed to do. And then in Libra season, the whole details and the contract are written out. Yeah. So you'll kind of have an idea. So I'll use myself as an example because I can't think of one right now. You know, when I started my spiritual path in 2017, I knew I was meant to do something with it work-wise, like make profit off of my wisdom, sharing something. I didn't know what the fuck it was though. I just knew that this was my life purpose. This was my path. This is my destiny. I went through the thought of like, oh, maybe I could be an astrologer. First of all, this shit is way too hard and complex for me. Not saying it might not happen down the road later in my life, but it was very complex for me to understand at that time. Tarot, I already knew I loved it, but it was very complex as well at that time. Herbs, loved herbs, wanted to do herb magic, wanted to do spell candle magic, knowing that something along the spiritual community was what I was meant to do. And then fast forward a couple years, that's when I'm like, tarot is it. Tarot is what I'm meant to do. Of course, the other things will be coming with me, but tarot is the forger of paths for my life purpose. This is really my true destiny, and everything else is things that are dear to my heart as well. But those are things that are going to come in due time and that are going to be secondary to tarot, basically. Tarot is my first love. Oracle cards are my first love. These are my loves. Tapping into spirit in this form and fashion is my favorite way to divinate. This is my divination. This is my gift. Everything else, like I said, is just tagging along and is also here for beautiful purposes as well. But this is my main thing. So, you know, maybe in Taurus season, you have an idea like, yes, I want to do something with, you know, photography. You might not know what that is, but, you know, later on you realize you want to do indie movies. You know, Taurus season, you can be like, you know, I want to write. I don't know what I want to write, but I want to write. And then in Libra season, you figure out, oh my gosh, I want to make a cookbook. Oh my gosh, I want to write about like a how-to do this. Oh, I want to write poetry. Like, then it'll kind of formulate the whole idea. And I'm saying that because Libra is, you know, the scales, justice. It's, you know, legal kind of matters. So that's why I said writing out the contract. Because when you state what it is that you're meant to do in life, it becomes a verbal contract, an unspoken contract between you and the divine, because now you know your life purpose. If you don't go after that, that is your free will, of course, but you're going against the grain, and life could be a lot harder for you if you do not align with your highest and best self. You know, of course, you can still live a great life and everything like that, but your most fulfilling life is going to be your life purpose, is my point. So yeah. The final details about what it is you're supposed to be going, what relationships, cities, your life in general is going to be much more clear in Libra season, but you're going to start getting a grasp and an idea about what that looks like in Taurus season is what I'm feeling. So please like come back and comment, and like if that is right for you and it actually happens for you, please fucking tell me, because that will be so badass if those are really the time periods that all this happens for somebody. I want to know. Like, I really want to know. So this reading is so fucking long. I'm so sorry. But Spirit is going in right now. And I have to go to work after this. So I'm like, oh. So I did pull some cosmic cards. So 26, 8 is journey. So I said 26 because 6 and 2 is 8. So this is your infinite journey. This is your loophole. This is your destiny, your sacred journey. It's literally your sacred journey. Like, I don't know what other thing to say about it. It's the snake. It's transformation. It's shedding of the old and bringing in the new. It is Oribus, if that's how you say his name, the snake that eats its tail. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please somebody correct me. But literally, it is you killing off what is no longer serving you, molting that skin, shedding those layers that do not belong to you anymore and will not help you get to your highest and best good. The snake is transformation. The butterfly is transformation. And honestly, those two are like two tattoos I really want to get, because the snake and butterfly have been the most prominent symbols throughout my spirituality. When I meditate, those are the two symbols that come to me the fucking most, outside of like mermaids. But yeah, I see those so much. So your sacred journey, this is a sacred path. It really is. And then we have awaken. You're awakening to your path. You're awakening to your sacred journey. You're seeing where things are coming in. And I just want to point out how right here, it's very slight, but this is like the chakra system. Damn, I don't want to pull my my painting down, but if you look at the Caduceus symbol, it has two snakes intertwining, and it goes all the way up, and then it has wings. So a lot of doctors in doctor offices use this symbol. It's originally called the Caduceus, and it was talking about ascension. You have to work your way through each root system. So the chakra system, if you haven't watched my chakra series, that was when I first got woke, whatever. So I definitely recommend going back and watching those. I break down a lot of gems about them, but you have to work through each chakra system, to ascend. And that's hence the angel wings. So this is her ascension downward, right? This is an ascension from spirit coming to you, coming into your awareness, coming into your third eye, so you're able to visualize it. This is literally coming into your mind and enlightening you. So this is kind of like, you can almost see it as the hangman reverse, right? Because the hangman has this little ray of sunshine behind his head, because he's becoming enlightened as he's upside down, as he's at a standstill, as he's on his sacred journey of going inward. This can kind of be seen as the same exact thing, but obviously she's chilling like that. So that's spirit, like I said, higher self, bringing it down into the 3D. And then lastly, we have gratitude. And I just love this card so much. It's actually the card that's on the deck. And this is the Cosmic Reading Cards by... Oh, what the fuck? Binaural Anastasia. Ooh, Anastasia. I like that. But yeah, she's like surrounded by jellyfish, by an octopus. Ooh, gratitude for the waters. Grateful for the waters that are healing you. Grateful for the waters that are birthing you, cleansing you. Like I said, that cord cutting bath. Put your gratitude into the water, you know, after you set your intentions with the water, you know, cleanse me, clear these cords, cut, clear, and delete these cords. Thank you for everything that you are doing and have done and will continue to do for me. Thank you for helping me heal. Also, when you go to bed, having a glass of water next to you is really good, because it can serve as a protection while you sleep as well. So when you're about to drink, pour yourself a glass of water. Sorry, I'm getting lost. Pour yourself a glass of water before you go to bed. Hold it in your hand. So if you were holding, say this is a glass, you would hold it like this. And you put your intention into the glass. Please protect me during my sleep. Please heal me. Please, cleanse out any toxins from the microcosm to the macrocosm that need to be cut, clear, and deleted from my programming, from my life, from my energy field, from my aura, whatever you fucking do. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And then you set it down next to your bed, nightstand, whatever, while you sleep, and then you drink that water in the morning, and that will help clear you. But as you are sleeping, it will serve as a protection. Or obviously, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're thirsty, like I get, you'll sip your water. Gratitude for the waters, gratitude for the spirit of the water that cleanses us and births us. Because like I said, when we are in the womb space, we are in water for 9 months. Be grateful for that, because the water is bringing us new life, new creation. Wow. Whew. Yeah, you guys' reading was fucking deep. Yeah. Yeah, there's no other messages that Spirit has. Yes, that was intense. But literally everything in this video you guys needed to hear. Because we know the divine masculines a little slow compared to the divine feminines in our situation. So you guys definitely needed those messages. Please, if you feel called to do those rituals I was talking about, the cord cutting bath, please comment in the comment section how it worked out for you, how you felt afterwards. Tell me, just talk to me. Shit. Like, I want to know about you guys' process. I want to know how things are going. Like, I do care. I don't want you thinking that I just drop videos and I'm like, oh, fuck them. Like, no, I do want to know how you guys' paths and journeys are unfolding. And I do want this to be a safe space where we can talk about it openly and share with one another, because I've been through a lot of this. I've been through the dark night of the soul. I'm on my twin flame journey. Like, there's a lot of shit that I've had to heal through and grow through. So I'm here to assist you guys on you guys' own journeys. Don't think that you just have to fucking purchase a reading for me to, read for you. Like, obviously I'm not going to read for you without payment, but, still, like, I'm here to give advice, give tips, clarify things if you need it. So if you have any questions, of course, comment them. Email me, DM me, whatever. If you don't feel comfortable being on my comments or whatever, don't feel afraid to email me or DM me on anything. So my Instagram is at Cheyenne_Renee, along with my Snapchat and Twitter. And then Facebook, Cheyenne Dolan. I'm still available for personal readings, of course. My prices are $11.11 for 15 minutes, $22.22 for a half hour, and then $33.33 for an hour. Like I said, my prices will be going up Aries season because that's the real astrological new year. So please be sure to book with me before then if you feel called to. I'm still doing the Capricorn readings. And of course, we'll be switching into Aquarius season fairly shortly. So we will be doing the Aquarius readings. So yeah, that was a very deep reading. So I send you guys so much love and healing energy during your transitional states, during your transformation, during your cocoon phase. So just be gentle with yourself. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Trust that you are going to come out stronger and better than you came in this passage way through. So I will see you guys next week. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.